After days of preparation on our off-grid tiny house build here in Zimbabwe, our team of local thatchers are now laying the first layers of grass that will give this traditional roof its strength and its character. At the same time, we're pushing forward with the rest of the build, shaping the stone stairs to the house, running electricity up to the tiny house, and finishing the second coat on the cupboard that I've been restoring. We're edging ever closer to that finish line, but just as everything starts moving... I think we might be rained off. What do you guys think? The weatherman has other ideas. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's quite a lot of rain. Oh no, I've got laundry on the line. What's going on the roof? Grass? Wowzers, is that happening today? So you could say, everybody, that this is the calm before the storm.
We've got to get rid of that tree. We've got to carry on with the staircase, hopefully, and we're going to learn how to thatch.
Today will be the biggest day on this tiny house build that we've had so far. And we've had some pretty big days.
What I do like at the moment, though, especially first thing in the morning, walking around the secret garden, is how it actually feels like a secret garden. We're about, I don't know, almost halfway through, maybe a third of the way through completing the secret garden, so there's still quite a lot of work to do up here, but this is one of my favourite views through the rocks, looking towards what will be a thatched roof in a few days' time. Beautiful.
Right, the guys have arrived. Good news is, the weatherman is on our side. When we left you guys yesterday, it looked like it was going to absolutely bucket down with rain. Thankfully, it hasn't. And on the forecast now is a beautiful stretch of 6 very sunny, very lovely days. What is going on here? So they've tied a string to the end of that pole and they're putting it up. What are these poles for?
These are for scaffolds.
Scaffolds, okay. Up goes the next pole. So as Joseph said, they are starting to build a scaffold first and foremost. Coffee, you will be very happy when these steps are finished, eh?
I will. Sure, I will.
What are you up to?
So we want to close this trench off, just to make it a bit easier to get the thatch up to the guys. But before we close the trench, we want to lay the cable. So this is our electricity source to the tiny house right here.
Does that cable go inside anything or just goes like that in the ground?
It should go inside something, yeah.
Oh boy, this gives me flashbacks.
The difference between this one and the one in Portugal is there's no wire in it.
Yeah, in Portugal you had a string that you, or wire that you tied to the cable that pulled it through, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're just going to do it in pieces.
Yeah.
Is that going all the way to the tiny house?
Yeah, but it's just, it'll go real quick now.
Okay. Off he goes. Whee! I just need to basically get a second coat on it. I was hoping I'd get away without a second coat. The second coats are boring. And once it's done and dry, we can start thinking about those unexpected pink stripes. And I say unexpected because that was John's idea. He wants the pink stripes. Did not see that coming. I really did not see that coming. Get it on this bit, eh? Good job. You're very good at that, eh? I must say it's one of the things that is such a pleasure about working with people here in Zim is that they are not scared of hard work. They're incredibly willing and they're really, really keen to do business and to make money. So, you know, your message a local business, like I said before, I think everything's done on WhatsApp. And your message a local business saying, I'm interested in whatever this is, and they'll come literally that day or the next day to come and do what you need. You know, it's just there's this incredible ambition and motivation to succeed here. And it's, you know, in a country where people have had a really hard time of it for many, many years. But I'm loving the Zim kind of mentality of like, if there's money to be made, if there's an opportunity to be had, let's go for it. Let's grab it with both hands. Let's make the most of it, because you don't know when it's going to come around again. Times have been really, really hard here, you know. And if you're being asked to work a little bit harder, let's work harder. Let's make the most of it. Again, so it's a real, real pleasure working with Zimbabweans. It really, really is. Right, well, I am just about finished. I think I've just got this one patch here of 2 little boards to do. I've managed to get a little bit of paint on my t-shirt, which is a bit of a bummer. But I'm really pleased with that. It's looking amazing. That second coat has made all the difference. And I've managed to get it done before the guys have started thatching. I'm not even sure if I want pink stripes on here, but the fact that my husband, John Newby, suggested pink stripes means there is only one thing for it. Pink stripes. I've so enjoyed this project. I wasn't sure if I was going to. I was a little bit kind of, maybe I'll get sick of the sanding, maybe I'll get sick of the painting, maybe it won't work out as well. But thanks to John's help, fixing it up and making sure it's really sturdy, I have absolutely loved it. And I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for more opportunities like this, where I can get stuck in to some more kind of, I don't know, fun DIY furniture upcycling things. This has been epic. But anyway, let's head up there and see how they're doing, and also see how the thatchers are doing with the scaffold. Got that wrapped up in some plastic. Try and look after that paintbrush a bit in case we need it again, and have a look at my cupboard. Ta-da! Beautiful, isn't it? So I think, by the way, the pink stripes are just going to go on the doors. I don't think we're going to do pink stripes all over, just like some nice thick pink stripes on the door.
So Joseph and the fellas are putting up a really, really basic scaffold. And the idea is that these poles extending down to the ground will have a single pole strapped along it, which the guys will basically be able to walk along. And then they'll be holding onto the roof as they're walking along it.
Here comes Joseph, coming towards the grass, which might mean it's time to start taking the first bundles up to the tiny house. You're going to help Joseph carry some grass away, yeah? So part of our agreement with the Thatchers is that we provide breakfast and lunch for them. So John's just been off to the shops to get breakfast. I think he said something about hot dogs. And you saw yesterday, obviously, we had that sadza and murio, which is their local favourite. I think everyone might take a very quick break for a bite to eat before the business of putting that grass on gets underway. Breakfast of champions. Hot dogs and biscuits. Yay! The burger van is open.
We are really lucky here. We've got this really big solid rock right at the bottom of the stairs. That's going to make for wonderful footings for the first 1, 2, 3 steps. What we're looking for now, though, is the direction that the steps take, and the pathway from the main house to the tiny house naturally wraps its way around the rock that's right behind me. So ideally what we want is that the first step faces towards, squarely on towards the pathway that's going to come towards the steps. So I'm just having a look at this just so that we can get a sense of the direction that the path is going to take. So square on as we walk up the rock, and then we'll curve the first few steps around and then up to the tiny house. Amazingly, this entire building that was here has been destroyed, smashed up into pieces, and all of it's gone into the building of our tiny house. It's pretty amazing because we didn't want it here, it was in the way, we were going to demolish it and just take it off site, but it's great news that we could do something really kind of useful with it rather than just putting it in landfill.
Let me show how strong you are on YouTube again. Oh dear. You guys are going to have a party when these stairs are finished, I'm sure. John, are you tired of the stairs now?
Tired. Tired and becoming strong again.
Hello friends, yes, this is my happy space. We've managed to do it. We've managed to get ourselves a Luba 3 AWD here in Zimbabwe, and I am tingling all over with excitement. So this is Mammotion's newest addition to their fleet of robot lawnmowers. This is the Luba 3 AWD, and this here in Zimbabwe is probably the most challenging lawn in the world to mow. Why is it difficult lawn? We've got a weird shape all the way around the edges. We've got rocks that stick up in the middle of the lawn, and over there we've got a slope that is death-defying. So what's new with the Luba 3 AWD? It's actually 4th generation. It's got new cutting discs. It's got a brand new navigation system that allows it to have a 360-degree view of its surroundings with a LiDAR radar system. I'm not sure what that means, but it does a very, very good job of knowing exactly where it is on this very complicated lawn. The Luba 3 AWD also comes with free 4G connection for the first 4 years, and it's also got a longer lasting battery life, I think 3 to 4 hours before it goes back to its charging station. AWD stands for all-wheel drive, which allows it to have an 80% climbing ability. It also has a vertical obstacle clearance of up to 3.2 inches. And setup was the easiest that I've done with any of the Mammotion robots. I had 2 choices to set up. I could either control the robot all the way around the edges of my lawn, but it did give me an option for a simpler lawn to set up and do it all automatically. Thank you very much, Mammotion, for sending me the Luba 3 AWD all the way out here to Zimbabwe, and for helping me and Coffee look after our lawn. The link is in the description below. Go ahead, click on it, have a look around, see whether there's anything you like there.
Love, the first bundle's being tied. Come see, come see. Yeah, Joseph's on it. Joseph, that's so exciting. So, as Joseph says, this is the first layer which makes sure that the thatch looks nice from inside the building. He calls it carpet sealing. So I think they use a specific thickness of grass, and they lay it very carefully to make sure it looks very, very neat and tidy. So that's what they're starting with, and then from there they build the layers of thatch until the roof is complete. Let's see what it looks like from the inside just right now.
It's a funny old thing. If you put me in a similar situation to this, a similar height to this, in far and wide, with that rope bridge, I'd be absolutely petrified. You know, wouldn't be able to move basically. But somehow when I'm on a building site, when I'm on the scaffold or climbing up the side of roofs like this, it doesn't bother me at all, not even the slightest. And I just don't know why.
Is that it, love?
Well, I can't see myself being very useful up there, to be honest. I'd be more useful laying a stone or a brick. What do you think?
Maybe.
Let's wait until the actual thatching goes into place, and that underside is going to be really important, that it looks nice, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to screw it up. Do you know what it feels like a little bit? It feels like the first couple of days that Marcus and Adal were on the build site, you know? And they were just starting to put down all the stones and lay all the foundations and all the rest of that. And we're like, I'm pretty confident, give me half a day I could get up to speed enough to be able to pull my weight. But the compromise on that is that there is this kind of well-oiled machine going on at the moment, isn't there? And you just don't want to interrupt or get in the way.
Are you finding it so much easier here, though, where you can speak, everyone speaks the same language?
Not really. It's the same. I mean, I think when you're on a build site, and if you've ever been on a build site with people speaking different languages, and I'm sure a lot of you have, you'll know what I mean. Or if you've ever been abroad and you've been unable to speak the language, but you've been standing at the bar or at the shop counter looking to buy that beer or that loaf of bread, and you just, you've got your hands, you've got your fingers, you point, you kind of speak a little bit.
You can communicate, but you don't have the same kind of banter that you've got now with John and Coffee.
The first 13 years of my working life were in Finland.
No.
We used to go out on the boat, and we would go out. It'd be like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'd go out fishing on the boat, catching fish. 5 o'clock in the morning, load into the van. Nobody's saying anything. At first I thought, I'm new around here. People are just tired. But that's actually how it is. People just don't speak very much, especially in the northwest of Finland. Very quiet people. So we would go the entire day. In fact, I remember fishing with one guy for 3 days straight, and I hadn't even heard his voice. The first time I heard his voice was when he came for supper, and he sat down at the dinner table. Everybody's around the dinner table, everybody's eating, and literally the first time I heard his voice in 3 days was when he said the word voi, and that literally means butter. He was just asking for the butter. Sat there eating his food, voi. Everybody was like, he speaks.
He speaks.
Yeah. Who's on the phone? Who's on the phone?
Who's on the phone? I don't know. This guy is coming to see us.
Is it?
Yeah, two of them.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Two guys, a guy and a girl.
a guy and a girl coming from Portugal
Yeah.
on the phone now.
On the phone now.
Coming where? Where? Here?
Coming to Zimbabwe.
Is it?
So you guys might remember that when we first started talking about the thatch, we were trying to find different designs that we liked, and we found these pictures of kind of very picture perfect chocolate box looking thatch cottages that had like a wave over the doors and the windows. But Joseph is quite rightly saying if you do that, you just push the thatch a bit higher over the door and the window, and then when it rains, all of the water is going to come into the door and the window, which is obviously not what we want. So he's suggesting that at least over the doors he puts a little cap, so the thatch will wave over the top of the door and it'll extend a little bit out, and that will keep the water away from the door rather than having it flooding into the door. This is a very peaceful process. The whole thing is just mega zen. There's no power tools, there's no hammering, there's no sawing. It's just guys with their hands, with some string, with the odd kind of, rustling of grass and chit-chat. Isn't that mega? And after quite a few years now of living on incredibly noisy build sites, that is deeply appreciated. There's a little person there looking for you as well.
Did you actually see me? Okay, all right.
Sorry, I come see this grass, buddy. It's so cool.
It is really cool. Go have a look.
Where are you going? Come on, give me your hand. Oh, say thanks, Coffee. Sorry, can you say?
Coffee.
Have you ever seen a grass roof before?
No.
No? Come check it out.
Oh, wow!
Looks good, eh? Chainsaw started, everybody. It's the end of the piece.
The last time I used a hammer and nails, because I bought those nail guns quite early on in Portugal, but the last time I used hammer and nails was when I was building the deck down on the lawn area. And I remember putting the planks down and hitting and hitting and hitting all day and thinking, my goodness, you know, the neighbours who we didn't know particularly well at the time because we were quite new, they must be going mad, you know, because I'm there just going goosh, 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 goosh. And then you get the nail gun and it's suddenly pop, 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 instead of this constant goosh, 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 goosh.
And then you decide to build a stone house and the compressor comes to cut the stone. And the poor neighbours never had any peace ever again.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Sorry, Maria.
Desculpa.
So, if you're looking to have these as part of your food forest, now would be the time to tell your chainsaw dude. If that was cut in half,
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to cut it much more than in half.
okay.
But if you cut it in half and left it as a step that's about that deep,
Yeah.
you know, and sit it in the ground, it'd be a really nice, somewhere in the food forest, you'd be able to have a
Nice path.
pathway. Actually, do you know what I might do? There are parts of the lawn area up there where we're walking through backwards and forwards quite frequently. That might be quite nice in the lawn.
Yeah, it's a beautiful way to make a path.
Yeah.
So he's got a stone for you, Dad.
You can
Where's
put
it going?
in, squeeze it in there. No, flat ways is better. Like that way. There we go, good. Well done. Is it going to stick?
So as the guys continue on with that staircase, let's have a look and see where they've got to with the roof. So what they've been focusing on since we last saw you here is making that lip over the door. Anyway, that lip is what he's done. He's building a structure to flow the thatch over as he builds. And the idea with that is that it pushes the rain away from the doors and windows rather than onto the doors and windows. You can see that structure. Joseph, that looks amazing.
Sure.
Yeah. So the thatch will go over it like this, hey?
Yes.
Very cool. Pride, oh my gosh, I missed it. You're going to go down and do it again. Pride just literally climbed up that pole. How did you do that? Something I've just loved about the entire process of this tiny house is just how organic it has felt. From the minute we started building, from choosing the location, to laying the first bricks, to building the stone walls, to kind of building around the stones that are all here, it has all just flowed organically and just nestled into the space that we're building within. And it continues with this thatching process. I'm just looking at these poles, you know, nothing is notched or clamped together or cut to fit. It all is just hammered to fit and curving round edges and just naturally coming together because of imagination, creativity and knowledge. And I just am finding it so satisfying to be a part of and to watch. It really, really is such an amazing thing to see human beings doing what human beings do best. It does make you think, doesn't it, in our modern world with AI and tech and the internet and kids sat behind screens and video games and all this stuff. It's just like, where did we go wrong? You know, you see guys like this and you see the skill that and the strength and the ability that our bodies are capable of if we use them properly. It just makes me sad to think that most of us don't have those skills anymore because we haven't been using our bodies in the same way. You know, there's literally a dude who's like 20 feet high in a tree with a chainsaw. Totally fine. He's like just completely comfortable. And Pride and Coffee show so much strength because they use their bodies every single day. It's just a way of life, you know? And yes, there's a lot of hardship that comes with that way of life, but it is very, very inspiring to see human bodies filled with strength and ability in a world where a lot of us are sat on our bottoms for far too much of it. Thunder's rumbling, hey Sawyer? Oh guys, I think we might be about to get a lot of rain. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's quite a lot of rain. Oh no, I've got laundry on the line. I can stay there, I think. It will dry when the sun comes back out. So, not ideal for thatching, but not the end of the world. Joseph said if he's still doing that underneath, but it's not a problem if it rains. Are you running in the rain? So it's not a panic, but I think it probably means that work's going to stop for, well, a little while at least. Is that end of play for the day, or for the time being anyway?
Yeah, I think work 2 hours an hour. Hopefully it just stays as a drizzle, not a big torrential downpour.
Anyway, respite from the stairs.
Yeah. Oh, they are the never-ending stair. The staircase to... What does it say?
I don't know, what does it say?
Who was seeing it? Staircase to Motorhead. Motorhead.
Okay, I'm thinking of Highway to Hull. It's not the same
Highway, okay. Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway
that was
to
something
Heaven,
different.
yeah.
Who was that? That was Simon and Garfunkel? No?
Is it? I don't
Who was
know.
it?
Not sure. Right, folks. That is end of play for the day. The guys have called it. They're going to stop work. And we'll see them again on Monday. So we didn't get very far today, but we'll see you guys on Monday when we'll be back. The guys will be back. We'll be carrying on with the thatching. And hopefully be getting ever closer to having a roof on that tiny house.